Hey, welcome back to day 34 or 35, can't quite remember, of Project Me. We're just going to get right into it. Hopefully a fairly short video today. Really not that much to talk about, which is, I think, a good thing, considering the last two videos. So let's jump right into gratitude. Right off the bat, we'll be real quick with it this time. First of all, grateful to my brother. My little brother, he called me the other day and I couldn't return his call because I was about to go to sleep, so I called him the next day. And we just talked. It was nice. I hadn't really spoken to him in quite a while. He's off at university as well, doing medicine. Where I am, you don't have to do a degree and then go into medicine. Like, med school's not a separate thing. You can go into a general science degree and then you can test into it. So, if you pass all the tests and whatnot. So it's a little bit different than the States, for example. But, we just chatted. He's doing well, and it's nice of him to check up on me as well. It's just great to talk to him. We don't talk that often, especially now that we're both out of the house. So it's just good to catch up. Second of all, grateful to my friend H, who I met today for coffee. She's a really good person, and I think she underestimates herself quite a bit. When I first met her last year, it was quite interesting actually, because she, in a way, had low self-esteem. She was apologizing for everything, even things that aren't her fault. And now she's so much better. She's grown a lot as a person, and I'm really quite proud of her for that. So it's nice going out for coffee and just catching up with her as well today. Really good. I'm really proud of all the progress she's made. Thirdly, grateful to... I had an interview today, so I'm grateful to the organisation who interviewed me for the opportunity to be interviewed. Even if I don't get the outcome that I want, it's just a good opportunity to practice. Good interview skills, a way to practice them. It's awesome. We love that. So grateful for that opportunity. And so now let's jump into the content of today, which I really just wanted to celebrate two small wins today. Well, they happened yesterday, but I didn't get around to talking about them. So here we are, carried over into today. So the first one, was I came across the quote, as we all have, at some point, I'm sure. I saw it again yesterday. I wrote it down. What did I see? Oh yes, surround yourself with people that are better than you. Right, you are the average of the 5 people you spend your time around. Other variants of that, all very similar. Came across that again today, and maybe this isn't worthy of a win or consideration of a win, but I think it's quite commendable that I thought this way. So the way I thought about it was, I didn't turn first to blaming my surroundings and whatnot. I went first to, okay, this quote, I reflected on it and I thought, okay, that's true. I think that's true. You should be inspired by the people you're around. How can I go about fostering such an environment? How can I go about getting these people to either rally around me or for me to go rally around them? So that was my first thought, and I'm proud of that, because it wasn't anything based on victimhood or anything like that. Thinking I'm set, my circumstances are set, and I'm cursed because this is the way things are, or whatever it might be, or there's just complaining about people in general. No, none of that. I went straight to, how can I do better? And I really like that. I think that's progress from who I was a few years ago. Alright. So I just wanted to mention that and say that I think I did a good job with that. And the reason I did a good job was because it wasn't a conscious effort on my part. It was a subconscious one. I just went straight there. I didn't have to consciously reframe things. So I think that's a sign that the efforts I've gone through have been working the past few weeks. And the second win I wanted to celebrate, and it's not really more of a win, but again, it's the same kind of ideal state of mind that you want to be in. So for example, a friend of mine, we'll just call her C. We've gotten quite close the past few months. nothing romantic, but just good friends, I think. We've gotten quite close, and I'm fluent in French. She's learning French at university. I've been helping her out with her assignments. She did really well on her final grade for the trimester. So, and I was planning on making crepes this weekend, anyways, for dinner. So I was like, hey, in the spirit of Frenchness, do you want to come over and celebrate? Just have a brief dinner, whatever. I sent that message. Was it Saturday night, maybe? So it's currently Monday. Yeah, it's currently Monday. So it's 2 nights ago. Yeah, no response. And at first I didn't think too much of it. She's busy, I'm busy, whatever it is. It's all good. And then I thought, okay, wait, hold on. Something's definitely up because she's definitely ignoring the message. And again, my thoughts didn't go to, I'm not cool, I'm not adequate, whatever. It went to trying to put myself into her shoes and understanding why she wouldn't respond to the message. And when I did that, I realized that I put her into at least I think I put her into a bit of an uncomfortable position, because she might not know that my intentions aren't romantic or whatever. I just wanted to hang out with a friend, and either I didn't make that clear. Well, I definitely didn't make that clear. I didn't make that clear, so she's ignoring it, hoping the problem will go away, which, to be fair, is a little bit, it's not a mature response, but I can't fault her for it. It's certainly not something I can change, right? So there's no sense in getting, worried about it. And it is what it is. I think I'm just debating how to go forward from now, because that was my reaction when I realized that. I put into this uncomfortable position. How can I improve to make sure this doesn't happen again? And 2, how do I move forward from this specifically? So for the first question, how can I improve so that this doesn't happen again? I think the takeaway is making sure that my intentions are clear. I don't know how to write a message and make my intentions clear without also making it a little bit awkward, because you're talking about the thing that shouldn't be talked about, but you need to disclose, if that makes sense. So to put it in this context, it'd be something like, I can't really write a message saying, hey, listen, do you want to come over and celebrate your recent win, brackets, platonically? That's a little bit odd, a little bit awkward when you phrase it like that, even if the intentions are good. So I'm just struggling a little bit with how to go about doing this in the future. But I'm actually quite amused by this whole thing. I hope she's not too worried about it, because I'm certainly not. I find it a little bit funny actually now. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll ask her, which leads me on to the second question. How do I address this with her specifically? And I've got a few options. So one, I can ignore the whole thing ever happened. Next time we see each, send no message. Next time I see her, say nothing about it and carry on with life. Forget the whole thing happened. Or option 2, out of 3 options. Option 2 is sending her a message saying, hey, listen, I've actually invited someone else over, and I apologize I realize I put you in this position, and I apologize for that. It won't happen again. That's option 2, just being honest and apologizing over text. And the third option is saying nothing over text and saying that last bit in person. So, hey, can I speak to you for a second? And then going, hey, listen, I realize I put you into it. Sorry, a little bit excited. My tongue is running a little bit wild. I realize I put you into a bit of an uncomfortable position with that last message I sent. Totally understand why you ignored it. That was not my intention at all to put you in that position. I hope you know I see you as a really good friend of mine, and that's just how it is. Going forward, though, I would appreciate it if maybe you didn't just ignore the message entirely. I don't think that's healthy for either of us, particularly if I kibble. And for her, it's just leaving a problem unopened. So I think, in my perception at least, I think the more mature thing, at least from her point of view, would have been to lay out how she felt. But I understand that's a little bit more of a step up, as it were. I'm only 20. Most of my friends are only 20. A few are 21. We all have a long way to grow as people. So yeah, I'm not too stressed about it. Give people leeway. It is what it is, I think. And it's something else actually to celebrate, because historically I've very much been the person to have very high standards for other people. Expecting nothing but the best from them, which is so unrealistic. We all have our own problems going on, and to expect nothing but dedication and commitment and whatever else it might be, tenacity, grit, whatever, from someone else is unrealistic. And I'm glad that I did lower my expectations. I don't mean that as a dig, by the way, to anyone else who I lower my expectations for. I just mean it in the sense that my expectations of them were probably unrealistically high for the amount of problems that they have in their life, which I don't know about. So it's just a nice reframing that I did. I didn't have to consciously think that either. So again, another sign that I think I'm making progress, which is really reassuring to see. But that concludes everything I've wanted to talk about today. The last thing I'll touch on is for my schedule. I'm slowly making my way through the list that we talked about yesterday. So I do already feel better, having accomplished maybe 12, 13. I'm just estimating based off the number of crossed off things. 12 or 13 things on that list. So I'm happy. Progress is being made. I'm working towards that next step, making baby steps within the length of that big step forward. And soon I'm going to have to start thinking about what the next step is after that. And we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But it's nice that I'm getting closer to that next step. It's reassuring. So I'm definitely not quite as gutted as I was, yesterday or the day before, or the day before that, and the day before that. So progress is being made. It's much more tangible here because I've written down my problems and I'm addressing them one by one. So I can literally see progress being made as I address each one, which is really nice to see. It's motivating, actually, it is. But yes, now I'm probably gonna either watch Netflix for the first time in 6, 7, 8 weeks, or read some poetry. I don't know. Robert Frost for the win. Or Rumi, sorry. One of the two. We'll see. See what I like. Anyways, have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Have a great day. Cheers, guys.